the next 2 weeks, the Hotline documentary series will play back the stories that have made impact, not only on you, but also the outside world. And for starters, we'll bring you back licking wounds and looking at the story. In many parts of northern Ghana, girls are married off during their teenage years. Most of these tender mothers encounter complications during childbirth. Fistula is one of the many complications they tend to suffer, and the complication results in women leaking urine and fecal matter, and then as a result they lose control most of the time. Justice Baidu explores the struggles of thousands of women in Ghana living with this nightmare, and here is an excerpt of the story that will be airing later tonight at 8:30 on the channel.
Giving birth in many parts of Ghana could be a risky affair. In a country where close to 400 deaths are still recorded in every 100,000 live births, giving forth to life could prove a life and death gamble. But even for the people who survive, there could be horrific complications like obstetric fistula. Very little is known about this condition.
The patient will be presenting with continuous leakage of urine through their birth canal, through the vagina. As you sit down now, you will be leaking urine continuously, 24 hours, 7 days a week. Morning, afternoon, night, your bed is wet, you never will be dry.
Fistula could be one of the worst injuries that could happen to a woman. Victims are forced into hiding because it involves sex, odor, and the private parts of women. So who are these women? Where do they live? What are their stories? And why is Ghana's health insurance scheme failing to pay for the treatment of fistula, a condition that affects the most vulnerable? My name is Justice Baidu, and in this film for JoyNews, I'm on the road finding answers to these questions. Inside the local hospital in Boko, a cesarean session on a woman in desperate need. This hospital is located in one of the poorest parts of Ghana. A few years ago, such a surgery could not have been done here because the human resource and infrastructure to do it could not be found in such a remote location. Now, this is possible in faraway Boko, on the northeastern tip of Ghana's border with Burkina Faso. It goes to show how far the country's healthcare delivery has come. Dr. Clement Opon, an example of a dedicated health workforce offering his expertise where many his like would hardly go. Here, he makes more than 3 surgeries every day.
There are about 3 districts surrounding this municipality that does not have hospitals. So this serves as the main referral point for all maternal cases from these 3 regions. And sometimes we also get cases from the Boko West district, which is the Zebila area. So this is the main referral center for the communities or the district on the eastern parts of the Upper East region. We get a lot of referrals from these areas, and we are trying our best to cope with the pressure that comes with us. So we don't have adequate hands on the ground. The doctors are very few because most of the doctors don't accept postings here. So Upper East has a high population of teenage pregnancies. Okay, I think somewhere in the other parts of the country, teenage pregnancy is seen like a child who has gone to do something, but here these are married, wedded young girls who require babies. Okay, in my consulting room, I treat patients who are as young as 17, 18, and are still treating infertility, looking for babies. And once these patients are very young and they are carrying babies, labor and delivery is likely to be difficult. Normally, the patient want to call them fistula survivors because there are two categories of people who suffer from delayed delivery. The first group die, and those who survive are those who actually get the fistula. So we normally tell them that they are fistula survivors. We are increasingly seeing increasing numbers of fistula cases when we started this. The unfortunate thing about fistula cases is that you don't expect the fistula patients to pick his bag and come to hospital. They will not do so because of the stigma attached to the disease, because they are leaking urine, they are leaking feces, they are smelling. Their social life is lost. They cannot go to church, they cannot go to the mosque, they cannot go to the market. They can't even join public transport with the purpose of coming to hospital.